Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. I spent my day calling my senators to fight for immigrant liberty.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is Saturday afternoon, 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm a little under 2 hours away from jumping on Drunk Pinata's show. Wife just went out to go do some errands. She's like, hey, you stay home. You got to get ready. You're busy. I'm like, okay. I found no, you don't need, no problem. I'll stay home. So I have a little bit of time to kill. And what better way to do that than document some liberal insanity for you guys, right? Let's get into it, guys.
I am ready for segregation. Our food's better. Our music's better. Everything we do is better. So come on, bring it. We do everything better.
What in the genetic mix-up is this? I know you're talking about me. Hi, my name's Kelsey. I'm a 6'5" lesbian that's built like a linebacker that has short hair due to bald spots, and I'm here to let you know that this is in fact 100% woman.
Just because someone is from another country does not mean that they don't have a legal citizenship in the United States of a fucking America. Like, I need us to dead that right now. You don't know the things that they went to go get their citizenship. Shut the fuck up.
The left is so hypocritical. I don't understand. They used to love Teslas and now they're firebombing dealerships. Yeah, and people used to love Jared from Subway until everyone found out what was on his hard drives.
Yesterday, the Trump administration openly, brazenly defied the Supreme Court, stating that they have absolutely no intention of abiding by last week's ruling to bring Abrego Garcia home. And you know, if this was any other person than Trump, Christians across this nation will be screaming bloody murder. But what is it about Donald Trump that has you people so mesmerized? He literally just crossed the Rubicon and you're dead silent. And listen, this is not deportation. They are pushing for lifetime imprisonment, a life sentence in a third world concentration camp without a trial, without any evidence being presented for Garcia and more than 200 individuals. This is just sick. This is demonic stuff. And for every day the Christian community remains silent, their blood is on our hands.
So I just watched a TikTok on Harriet Tubman, and apparently she was a woman of great faith. I didn't know this, but she was supposed to get her freedom when, I'm not sure, what do they call the people that owned the slaves? I don't even know what to call him, but the dude that enslaved her, that works. When he died, she was supposed to get her freedom, and then the son of her, I don't want to call him a master, enslaver? Is that even a word? Fuck if I know. Anyway, the bastard wouldn't give her her freedom. We'll just call him the bastard. And so she went to God and started praying every day that God would change his heart. And when it didn't, she decided to change her prayer and ask God to stop his heart. And the motherfucker died the very next day. The very next day. Now, I would be happy to pray to God to stop Donald's heart. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I have every day since he took office. So I am admitting I'm not a woman of great faith. So I'm going to need one of you women with great faith to start praying for Donald's heart to stop. Okay? If Harriet Tubman can manifest it, so can we. Okay, think about it. Bye.
Do you guys think crazy people know if they're crazy? Like, or do they think that they're normal and the rest of the world is crazy? She's a little bit off of her rocker. Now, in reference to her Harriet Tubman situation, where Harriet Tubman was praying to God, you know, can you give him a better heart? Oh, you know what? That's not working. Can you just stop his heart? And then the very next day, this, I guess, slave owner, his heart stopped. Okay. Chances are that's just a coincidence, you know, very coincidental timing. I really doubt that God was, you know, complicit in like murder, because that's pretty much all what she prayed to God to do. Or we've never lived in this Harriet Tubman shoes. Maybe this was a terrible man and it was, you know what, God, take this guy back, reset, whatever. But now she's talking about she's not very faithful. Not surprised whatsoever. Many people that kind of look like her and wish other people to die aren't of true faith. But now she's asking women, just women in particular, not men, of faith to pray for Donald Trump's heart to stop. Some of you liberals are just, you guys are batshit crazy and really not good people. You like to pretend that you have all this empathy and care for everybody, yet you're wishing death upon somebody. Now, there's a few reasons why you can get all of these women of faith, even if you can actually convince somebody of faith to get together and do this, it's not going to work because Donald Trump is not an evil person. I know that's really hard for some of you liberals to believe because you guys are actually dumb enough to think that you're on the right side of history when you're completely on the wrong side. But I'm pretty sure God already saved Donald Trump's life. So why would he save his life just to set him up to stop his heart at a later date? Make that make sense, libs?
Ever wonder why the orange mango idiot never plays golf in a real tournament? Because he doesn't know how. He's the worst golfer in the world. But he has to have people stroke his ego, so he goes ahead and golfs on his properties where they have to lie and put up with his bullshit. Because that's what a narcissist does. Enter a real tournament, mango moron. Then we'll see how wonderful of a golfer you really are. But we all know you're not, and you're a lying sack of shit. Hey, MAGA, have a wonderful day.
Hey friends, this is day 14 of eating a donut every day because the world is crumbling, nothing matters, we're all gonna die, and at one point no one will remember our names at all. So cheers, enjoy, go live your life, and have a donut. They're so good. So
if I was a compromised Russian asset and I was following detailed instructions on how to destroy our economy, which 3 months ago was the strongest in the world, and weaken our standing as a global leader, what could I possibly be doing differently than what the Orange Clown is doing now? Name one thing.
Trying to explain to our grandkids that in 2025 we had a couch fucking Pope killer as a vice president is going to be wild.
Queer history is actively being erased as we speak, and you dare to come onto my page with this privileged take? Just an example, the Stonewall Memorial website has erased the term transgender along with multiple influential transgender activists, including Marsha P. Johnson. If you don't see a problem with that, block me. Seriously. Because I will not waste my time talking to someone who's okay with being uneducated. Knowledge is power, and when you let yourself be uneducated, you let yourself be controlled.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are celebrating Trump beginning collections on federal student loans, it is not only fucked up, but you are not standing on principle. You're not. I'm sorry. You are celebrating people's suffering. Actually, I'm not sorry. Let me amend that. You are celebrating people's suffering, and you are not just saying, oh yeah, it's good for you. It builds character, and if I had to do it, you should. No, you are sentencing someone to being labeled as a criminal, to have debt collection hanging over their heads, to have their wages garnished, to have their taxes fucked up, to have their social security benefits fucked with. Like, you are putting a person who is in a much different situation than you were when you were paying your student loans, to have their life compromised, to be set up for failure for the rest of their life. We are already in a recession. We are already all struggling financially and have been for quite some time. And what? Now this is something we celebrate. This is something we say, oh my God, I'm so happy that people who are defaulted, who are severely in debt already, and in a financial crisis already, yeah, let's just push them over the edge. Let's just take them for all they've got. Let's just send them to collections. Why? Because I had to pay my student loans. What? Are we not all here so that we can reduce our collective suffering? Like, we should want less people to suffer, not more. And especially not if we know what that suffering feels like. why am I trying to haze people just because I endure suffering that I can help eliminate for future generations? What? Like, it makes no sense. The people who are like, oh yeah, well, I'm doing this because it's what I wish I could have had in my childhood. I just want to make the world a better place and easier so that, they don't have to go through what I did. And then they're like, but you have to go through what I did. You have to suffer. It is the people who are already struggling to pay overdraft fees in their bank accounts that you are celebrating having to pay so much money that they don't have, to the point where their wages, taxes, and social security benefits are going to be garnished and fucked. And on top of all of this, what populations is this going to affect most negatively? Oh, marginalized ones. Who are the people that get student loans and get federal student loans? Who are the people that are disadvantaged economically? Like, hello, everybody, please.
Okay, for all you students out there, Snowflake students that are completely whining, oh, I got to pay my student loans back now. Biden said I wasn't going to have to. That was unconstitutional. Remember how you guys like to stick by the Constitution so much you claim? It was unconstitutional as deemed by SCOTUS. Yeah, you made a loan. That's why it's called loan, because it's something that you take that you're going to put back. For some reason, the liberal side of the field, the left side of the field, the Snowflake side of the field, started to think like, hey, even though SCOTUS said that we're still gonna have to pay this money back, you know what? I don't really think we should have to. It's not really fair. They gave us a break for a while. I've gotten used to living life this way, and I shouldn't have to pay this back. Yet I still got my schooling, and I don't know, maybe some of you guys are still going for your degree. Maybe some of you guys have gotten your degree. You guys certainly seem to pick some very strange degrees to go for and put yourself in a whole heap of debt for these odd degrees that don't really have many jobs available afterwards. So you kind of set yourself up there. That's not the government's fault. The bottom line is, at the beginning of it, when you took the loan, it doesn't matter how young and dumb you were at the time, you took a loan. Do you think a bank, even though they charge all sorts of interest as well, is going to lend you money and say, you know what, you're having a hard time, we're going to take care of that loan for you? Unfortunately, that's not how the world works. Now look, here in Canada, I'm going to wrap this up real quick. In Canada, we had, just like all of you, we had COVID. Trudeau jumped out right away, and I was actually impressed. This is before I realized just how terrible of a prime minister this guy was. He jumped out with what they called the CERB. That's the Canada Emergency Relief Benefit. He had money in Canadians' hands within weeks of COVID hitting, and this was like a monthly thing. People were getting like $2,000 a month. Then it kept getting extended. And before you know it, there was people that were on the CERB for well over a year, some people up to 2 years. COVID wasn't a problem anymore. Lockdowns were gone. People were gone back to work. But no, there was a bunch of lazy asses still at home collecting the CERB. But then it turned out, oh shit, you got to pay all that money back. Thank God my wife and I did not even take a penny of that money. We actually were fortunate enough where we were able to keep working through the entirety of COVID. We were actually I guess, counted as essential with what the owner of our company shifted to temporarily. So the bottom line is, guys, nothing in life is for free, and this is money you're going to have to pay back. The government's not going to garnish every single angle that you're making an income. They're going for 15%. That's going to hurt some of you more than others, but once the ball gets rolling on this, I'm sure that the government's going to become a little bit more lenient on it, but the money does have to be paid back. And anybody that's whining about it, sorry, you are a snowflake.
You probably heard about this Supreme Court's ruling on the definition of the word woman. This will have some real serious implications. It will have some consequences. But I want to tell you one thing. They can make their laws. They can specify their definitions. They can take away my rights. But there's one thing that they'll never be able to take from me, and that's who I am. I'm a trans woman, and I'm proud, and they'll never be able to take that from me.
You voted for Trump. I'm here to remind you still that you're still dumb. Stupid.
I'm not really sure who needs to hear this, but I'm guessing it's on the order of tens of millions of you. I'm not sure why your life sucks. There could be a whole slew of things going on, and I do empathize with that. But your life doesn't suck because your local librarian is trans and has purple hair. Your life doesn't suck because your neighbor speaks Spanish. And your life doesn't suck because that single mother you saw at the grocery store was buying frozen crab legs with her food stamps. Figure it out, but you're mad at the wrong people.
Snatching citizens. I already told y'all that we're going to start snatching and selling citizens. They're going to start selling these citizens to other countries. So I suggest you start calling people and checking up on your loved ones. They're snatching citizens with IDs, documentations, birth certificates.
America, it's time to be fucking loud against Donald Trump and these narcissists in power. They're creating fear and trauma among the people of this country, the children of this country, for God's sake. How are people not fucking outraged? It's time to fucking wake up. It's time for us to stand up for justice on May 1st. There's a next nationwide protest. Let's be louder than we've ever been.
Because he is so comfortable, just squeezed right up Donald Trump's ass. Look at this dummy right here. Brian's Time says, how is DO ripping a nation apart? How is DO ripping a nation apart? Like, first of all, I know he meant to say Doge. Again, you see what I'm talking about? Brian's Time doesn't know what's going on. He wants to know how Doge is ripping the nation apart. He doesn't know. And it's happening to him because he is so comfortable, just squeezed right up Donald Trump's ass. He doesn't know what's going on. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we are dealing with in this country with half of our people. Brian's Time does not know what's going on and why Doge is literally fucking everybody up.
So this guy actually has the nerve to state that you guys should see what it's like to deal with this. You liberals are claiming this is hard to deal with, that half of the country actually thinks like this. You should honestly see what it looks like from our point of view on this side of the field. Now again, I'm in Canada. This has nothing to do with the border. This has nothing to do with whether I live in your country or not. You liberals, just like us conservatives, are spread out throughout the world. And unfortunately, I guess on both parts, because you guys, the insane ones that are in other countries have the same ideology, and you look the same way upon conservatives in those countries as well. It's really hard to look at you guys pretty much will eat yourselves alive. Now, this whole time that he just spent, he has no idea how Doge is ripping everything apart, and this is affecting him. No, that's what you guys don't seem to get. Do you see conservatives really complaining about anything that Doge has done? Do you really see it actually affecting them? Is it truly affecting you? Have you really calculated out your monthly bills and how much money you're bringing in on a monthly basis, and to see what Elon Musk has done with Doge, how it's actually personally affected you? Or is it all about everything that you're hearing about on TV? From Rachel Maddow telling you how there's millions of starving children now around the world that are not going to get fed because USAID had problems with it. Why is it that you guys literally just truly believe everything that's spewed out at you through the mainstream media? You guys claim to do so much research, but obviously you don't. And this guy just spewed off for an entire minute talking about how, I guess another user that he forgot to put up the guy's little text, stating that Brian's Time does not know what's going on. He doesn't see how this is affecting him. He doesn't see how Doge is ripping apart the country, yet he didn't mention one thing that Doge is actually doing. And of course, what he would fall back to is the usual stuff that he's hearing off of MSNBC and CNN, how Doge is like taking away Social Security. Think about it, guys. Do you honestly think, and of course you liberals do honestly think this, that Donald Trump stood up in front of everybody and listed off a whole bunch of ages in Social Security that were collecting Social Security checks? But no, you guys look at it like, is Donald Trump literally that insane? Nobody in the world is over 200 years old. How dumb is this? Oh my gosh. You guys cannot honestly be lacking intelligence this much. Donald Trump doesn't think that there's 200-year-old people on the planet and that there's one guy who's aged 332 years old. You guys do know this, right? This is not what he was saying. There was actual clear proof that there is scams being run through social security numbers. Tons of money, tons and tons and tons of money being stolen from you. Yet, you all want to talk about how Doge was ripping apart the country because you guys are actually, sorry to say, too dumb and blind and brainwashed by the mainstream media to actually see the truth of what was going on and what is still going on and what you have federal judges trying to block. Again, I've said it before, you guys are like a bunch of mice. Somebody's trying to feed you some cheese and instead you want to bite the finger instead of take the damn cheese. You guys really need to wake up. I'm honestly surprised, and this may sound a little mean, but I don't know how else to word it this way, but I'm almost truly surprised that there's actually liberals that are, in adulthood. It really doesn't make sense how you guys have come this far. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Wow, once again, wow. Of course, I still have one more clip for you guys. Remember yesterday, I was just talking about Mr. I Hate Donald Trump. I checked on his TikTok again today. He's still gone, so I started searching down. I found him on YouTube, so he's active on YouTube now. And he's completely changed his tune, at least for now. So I'm going to show you guys what he's up to nowadays. If you guys like this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. Besides that, if you guys can like the video, share the video, comment, interact with the video in one way or another to help me out with this YouTube algorithm, that'll be greatly appreciated. And until then, I shall see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.
Pray with me as we pray for our brother Donald Trump. President Trump, may you find the courage, conviction, and compassion to free those men you sold into bondage to El Salvador. May your heart transform. May your mind transform. May you see the evil in your soul, and may you not look away. No, President Trump, don't look away from the evil you cause. Embrace it. Look at it. Befriend it. Make space for it without judgment. Just accept that you are an evil man. And from that place of acceptance, you will find the Lord's salvation. Jesus Christ will reach across the universe and he will touch your soul. Donald John Trump, President Trump, transformation is possible in any moment. All you must do is open your heart to the Lord, and he will grant you eternal salvation. You will die soon. We all die. Do not die with a broken soul.